So today I will going to tell you about the data types, and then we will going to see one by one. Okay, everything. So first of all, what is a variable? And then after doing this, we're going to go for OOPS concept. So variable means a container. Okay, variable means which is holding a value, and this all you aware about it while working in a C language. You might have done work on that. You different kind of variable you have faced it, or you have done work on that. Local variable, global variable, and with a different data type, right? So variable is a container which is holding the value, and yeah, and it can be how you can declare the variable. That is also, so variable whenever you declare in Java, it should not start with a number. Okay, you should remember that variable should not start with a number and not with a symbol also. Means it should not begin with the dollar symbol, right? You can use underscore however, but it should not be start with a symbol like a dollar underscore at the beginning only. So you can use underscore in between, and number should not come first. Means your variable should not be of like this. Am I clear to everyone, right? I'm audible?
Yes, bro, you are audible.
Yeah, correct. So yes, okay, thank you, thanks. So variable should not be start with the dollar. Okay, like suppose you wanted to save a, you wanted to create a variable, then it should not be like this. And okay, you are saving any value, suppose one and all, and you cannot be, you should not start with like this also. Okay, variable should, you can use underscore however, and this should not be done, and it should not be like this also. However, you can declare like this will valid. In between you can use it, number also you can use it, but it should not start with a number, and it should not start with a symbol. This thing you should see. Suppose in the exam they might ask you, then how you can detect the error based on this variable name. Okay, just check the variable name properly, what variable name is, how they are starting, and then based on that you select which is valid, which is not valid. So might be they ask you in the form of true false, so you can select this is not valid, so it is false. This is not valid, so you can select the not valid option. This is not valid and this is valid, so like that you can solve it. Now the next thing is our data type. uh, let's move to the data type. And in the exam, uh, see this before preparing for the before going for the exam, have a look on this data type. Okay, they might ask you the question from this, at least 2 to 3 marks question definitely they ask. Not 2 to 3, I can say it more than that only, because 45 questions are there, and suppose out of 100 they are taking, then it is more than that. So basically what they ask in the range. Okay, what is the range? On that day I given you one example. If you remember, uh, if you see on that day, we solve one question. In that the birth year was 1974, if you remember that. So in 1974 we selected short data type. Why we selected short? Because their value ranges in this way: -32768, 32767. Then why I will go for the integer, which is having a range -2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. Are you getting? Means when I'm able to uh, classify, or when I'm able to find it out that this value can come in this range, so I can say like this will be of my short data type. Okay, and similarly, if I say you, if I give you value 123, what will be the data type of this? What you will going to say? See, the byte data type is having range from -128 to 127. So you will going to use byte, not short here. So in that way you need to pick up the data type. So that's why before exam, just go through this data type very well, because byte is one data type which is holding the data in the range 128 to 127. Okay, and this byte is holding data for all the like a integer number, sign number, okay, positive integer and negative also, means their value will be ranges from this to this. Inclusive मतलब क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? Inclusive means it this 127 is included here, okay, within this range. Short, if you say, then the short, what is the range of that? It will be of 2 bytes. 16 bit means 2 byte. 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. So how much is 16 bit? It will be of 2 byte. So short data type occupy how much byte of data? 2 byte of data. And what is the range? -32768 to 32767. Suppose now if I say you, what is the data type of my variable having this value a is equal to 32768. Now which data type you will going to classify it? Whether it is come in byte, short, int or what? Which data type it will come?
Int.
No, just see the int. What is the range of? Okay, sorry, yeah, it's correct. Sorry, yeah, int it will come. It will not come in the short. Why? Because the last value is 32767. Okay, so this range, this value you should remember. Many times we forget and we get confused in the exam. So don't be like get confused there. Just remember once and make a key point on your rough paper while giving an exam. Keep it with you, these all things, so that you can make decision there. You said absolutely correct. It will comes under integer. If you have a value more than 2 to the power 31 minus 1, then in that case it will be classified under long. An integer, how much they occupy space in the memory? 4 byte. 32 bit means each 8 bit into 4. 8 into 4, that is of 32 bit, means 4 byte. Okay, and long is another an integer data type, means if you have a value more than this. Normally when you make a program, we don't deal with much long, but there might be a possibility that you work with the long data type. So it is of 64 byte. It means that it is of 8 byte and their value in the range minus 263 to 263 minus 1. One more thing, what is the minimum value? 0. Maximum value? 2 to the power 32 minus 1. In case of unsigned means positive. Okay, here you can see, read it. Java SE 8 letter, you can use int data type to represent unsigned 32-bit integer, which has a minimum 0 and maximum 2 to the power 32 minus 1. Okay, means positive value. तो उसमें minimum क्या होगा? 0. Maximum what will be? 232 to the power 32 minus 1. Or you can say to the power 31 minus 1. Okay, now they're talking about 32. So they are taking here n minus 1. It should come like 1 minute. It should come maximum value, it which has a minimum value 0. Maximum to the power 31 minus 1 for this. Okay, from Java Standard Edition 8, from Java 8 version onward, their minimum and maximum value were coming by to the power 32 minus 1. Means Java has a standard till now. If you see, Java current version is now available is 16, and standard will going to be available from 17, will going to be available from September onward. Are you getting what I'm saying? I mean to say that Java, they have developed many version till now. Till 16 is available in the market and 17 will going to come. So here what they're saying, after Java Standard Edition 8, Java version 8, we have a integer data type range, unsigned integer data type, positive integer data type, which is of a 32 bit. If I talk about only positive, then obviously I am considering only positive. That's why it is taking to the power 32. Okay, see here, when you work with negative also, in that case your range will increase, right? Now here minus 128 to 127. Okay, so total how much value will be? If you count 0 to 127 will be 127, and then again 127 means total 255 means 2 to the power 8. Did you understand what I said? If you add 127 with a 128 value, how much you will get? 255. And 255 means what? 2 to the power 8. Are you getting, or shall I explain once again? See, 2 to the power 2 means what? 4, right? Similarly, 2 to the power 3 means 8. 2 to the power 4 will become 16. 2 to the power 5 will become 32. 2 to the power 6 will become 64. 7 will become 128. 8 will become 255. The 255, how it comes? It means that when you add minimum and maximum value both, so it means that what? How many value you are coming in 8 bit of data? Means total 255. So that's why we took it like you also can take it to the power 8 minus 1, that is to the power 7 minus 1 will become 127. So that is the reason here we are taking to the power 32 minus 1, because we are considering only positive value. So we have removed the negative value now. Means in case of unsigned, what is your minimum value? 0, and maximum value this one. But if I say sign 1, then the minimum value is this one and maximum value will be this one. This also you remember, you can see here 32 bit sign means where you have both positive and negative value. Okay, similarly it is applicable here also. And when you are considering both positive and negative value, it will be minus 2 to the power 63, and here 2 to the power 63 minus 1 maximum value. Okay, you can see here. But if you consider only positive, so in that case what value you will get it? If you consider only positive, in that case minimum is 0 and maximum will be 2 to the power 64 minus 1. And remember, based on this size, you are getting this value. Okay. Yeah. Now, any question till here? Any question? Any one of you not get miss? If you have any doubt, please ask. Okay. I will explain you once again if it is not clear. All are good?
Bro.
Yeah. Okay. What about others? This like Vignesh, Anushka.
Yes, sir, understood.
Yeah.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Similarly, we have a float value. In case of float data type, how much they occupy space? 4 byte, 32 bit, 4 byte. Okay. And what is the difference between float and double? In float, they can hold 6 digit after the decimal. Okay, but double can hold more than that. Okay, this thing also you remember. Suppose if like in the exam, it asks you, for example, how you declare float value. You declare float value like this: 23.0f, which means that this f is telling you it is a float data. But in case suppose f is not added, it means that it is a float value. Why? Because you don't means you have a only 1 digit after decimal. But and it can hold means it can take maximum 6 digit after decimal. In which data type? Float data type. But if I say you like if I say you that double is double data type. So double data type means what? Double data type, they can after decimal they can allow many value. Okay, it's not 6 digit after decimal, it can take up to the maximum value. That is the reason we use double data type when we want more precise value. Okay, for example, salary suppose usually comes in the less than 6 digit, there you can take it float. But something like where you want more precision, you can go for double. And this double You don't need anything like D and all, but for float we can use it F to represent it. And this is the thing, like, and one more thing, sometime if you don't add F here, then compiler by default take it as a double when you don't add F. But when you add F, then it means that you are explicitly means you are telling the compiler that I want this to be take as a float. Okay, but means you are telling the compiler from your own side, no, don't consider it as a double, consider it as a float because I'm adding F here. So then in that case, it won't take, it will take more than 6 digit after decimal. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. Yes. So I hope it is clear to you now. Okay. Now after this, like there are other data type also there, which is like booleans, and it can hold only two value. That is your true and false. It can't hold other than true, means true and false. And that is also, you can see the types. Okay, means sometime recently I got confused, so I'm telling you my experience what happens. Like when I was giving exam at the time, they have asked me question in this way. They have declared one variable, and they have given value like this, true, and b is equal to this true, and c is equal to this true, and d is equal to this one. So I need to select there. So I was aware about it, but I was not getting whether this is this one I need to select or this one. So this thing I'm telling you right now, see, whenever if the question asks like this, you are going to select the first option. Okay, first one is true. Boolean value have a value either this true, this one, or this small f1. Don't select this one, b1, c1 and d1. Okay, see this, what is the value they are given, so select this one only. So this thing also you should remember, I'm telling you right now, remember this thing. Okay, otherwise like in the exam it happens. Okay, why? Because you don't have that much time. In 45 minutes you have to attend 44 question, so in a hurry you have to select it. So don't select the wrong option, select only which one is small, which is in the lower case. Okay, so this thing you should remember. Now next thing, character data type here is of a 16 byte, 16 bit means it is of a 2 byte, and its minimum value is 0 and maximum value is in this range. So what is the range of the character? The range of a character will be, if you do 16 bit means 2 to the power 16, so it will be 2 to the power 16. When you do it, it will be in the range of 0 to 65,535. It means that 0 is your minimum value, and 65. Now you might ask me a question, why it is in the form of number when it is a character? Actually, this is a Unicode character, ASCII value. In the last class, I told you, right? ASCII value is what? So might be 0 is representing some character. Okay, and And whenever we press any keyboard, means in the keyboard, whenever you press any key, internally they convert into this Unicode. So don't get confused with this term. Okay, Unicode. And there is one more term that is called ASCII code. Okay, don't get confused with this. Both are same. Unicode we say it, ASCII code we say it. So that's the reason that it comes under in the range 0 to 65. So here all character, okay, different character like from ABCD, right? Character, symbols, different symbol like dollar, add rate, even space key. When you press a space key, that is also having one ASCII value. Let me show you what is that ASCII value. So it is something 32, right? If you see the table, because this ASCII value we can't remember, but in the table, if you see, you can check it for 32 is for space. Okay, for exclamatory symbol, it is 33. For single quote, double quote, it is 34, right? Add symbol is having 64. And capital A to like till 90, it will be Z. Then from 97 to 122, it will be small character. So like this, for every key of your keyboard is having a Unicode character or ASCII character. Whenever we press that key, internally system understand in this ASCII value. They don't understand in the form of character, because it is a system, right? It is not a human being. Like I'm speaking with you in English, you can reply me in English. We both can understand, but system they understand in the form of this ASCII value. So have a look on this ASCII value also once while preparing. I know we can't remember this, but as at least remember for some value. For example, for space, dollar, and operator, then number from 48 to 57, we have a ASCII value of number 0 to 9. So for 48 to 57, it will be for number. Okay. And now what is the default value? Let me rub this. Any question, any doubt you have till now? What regarding ASCII or range? Now here default value, okay. Sometime what happen when you do not initialize any value to the variable. For example, you declare a variable and you try to print in a Java. In Java, how we can print any value? System.out println a. Okay. Sometime when you try to print any value, it is of integer type. So by default, sometime what happen? It depends on the compiler of your system, what JVM or JDK you have installed on your system. So you need to have you means it will going to take a by default value. What is a by default value of integer? 0. So it will going to print a 0 value. But again, I said it depends on the compiler. So in the exam, it might they ask you, then you should follow this link. Okay, I'm sharing you the link. Follow this document while answering. Okay, like if they ask you what is the default value of float, it will be 0.0f. See 0.0f. For double, it will be 0.0d. But in double, this adding d is not mandatory. If you don't add d, then by default it will take as a d, but still if you want you can add it. Okay, so this is the default value. What are the default value of byte? 0. Short 0. Most of them they have a 0, but only the difference is for string it will be null, and for boolean by default is false. So these are the by default value. Okay, let me share this link with you, and I will going to share on the Trello also, so that you can have. Does everyone they get this link? Did you receive the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is literal? Okay, literal, you are aware about it? What is literal? What is literal? Are you aware about it? Any one of you?
No, sir.
Okay. So literal means what? Literal means how you can define your variable. Okay. Literal is means how variable you can define. What is the type of the variable? Okay. In whether it is a integer data, character data, what kind of value the variable holds. So that is called a literal. Now here suppose it is holding hexadecimal value. Here if you see, are you aware about this decimal, hexadecimal, binary value?
Yes, sir.
What about others? How this hexadecimal values come?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So जैसे hexadecimal values, they are represented with 0x. Okay. They are represented with 0x, and binary value, they are represented with starting 0b. 0b means that is they are binary. 0x for hexadecimal. Decimal value is like a number only, and they have a range from 0 to 10. If they have a 10, then they can support from 0 to 9. Okay, any number 0 to 9 uh, means here suppose 26 is there. Okay, so this 26 means what? It's a decimal value. The number 26 is a sorry, hexadecimal value. Okay, so here binary base 2, which is means that your digit will comes under 0 1. Matlab it will be represented in the form of 0 1. Binary value will be represented in the form of 0 and 1. Okay, hexadecimal means 0x, you will see it. So this is the literal. So literal means what? It will going to tell you what kind of data that particular variable is holding, whether it is integer literal, hexadecimal literal. Okay, whether it is a character literal, string literal. So it is completely depend on that. Okay, so this is called as a literal. So this is the small introductory part. Now, one more thing. For this course, just install few apps. I will going to help you, might be in the next class. So for few, all of you do have a Eclipse software.
Yes, bro.
Okay, Eclipse you need it. Then JDK 16, the latest version, and we will going to see how you can run a program in Notepad as well as in Eclipse. Okay, we will going to see. I will going to first explain you the structure of program, OOPS concept, class, object, and OOP concept. Okay, first we will going to see this. Okay, and yeah, yes, yeah. Any question?
IntelliJ है मेरे पास.
Yeah, it's fine. Any of this ID you need. Okay, you know, आप लोग को हिंदी आता है. I thought कि many of you don't know Hindi. So I was continuously delivering lecture in the Hindi.
So can I use a
English.
Visual Studio Code?
Yeah, you can use it.
Okay, sir.
You need at least one ID. I prefer Eclipse because I feel easy in Eclipse. IntelliJ I have used, but not that much. And in the company also I'm using Eclipse, so I'm comfortable with that. But you can use any ID that you are comfortable. Visual Code also you can use it. You can use Notepad also if you don't have any ID on your system. So in the next session, I will first explain this installation. First, we'll do the installation in any one of the system, and then we will see about the class and object. Okay, let me share you the link. If you can do it from your side, then that will be better. Like JDK download. Okay, you need to download JDK. Search for the JDK download. Go to this link. Okay, let me rub this first. Just 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So once you go to this link, click on this JDK download. Okay. Let me share you this link with on the chat. Don't forget to copy this link. Otherwise, once session end, you won't get that. Okay. Copy this link, JDK download. Once you see this website, click on this JDK download. You will get this link. You will get this screen on your then screen, and then once you get this screen, then just see for the window. If you are using window, click on window. If you are using Mac, go for Mac, and the Linux based on that. Yeah, anyone having question? Okay, so based on that your configuration, you download it whatever you like that, and based on that you download it. I prefer use window first, then go for Mac and Linux. So you download this. Once you are download it, you run that, and we need to do the path setting. So we'll do that. Path setting is not difficult. We're going to do the path setting. Now next thing is you need Eclipse, right? So you can download any IDE. Eclipse latest version you can download. So click on this Eclipse. So once you click on this Eclipse or IntelliJ or Visual Studio VS, whatever you find easy, you are comfortable, you can use. You just need to click on this and you just need to run that. Once you run it by you just have to by default setting will be there. You just need to click on next, and this will going to complete. So this is the link you need to follow for downloading the Eclipse, which is the latest version. And for JDK also, if you see JDK, you can see 16 you will get it, which is the latest one, and 17 will be going to release in the September. So base you will obviously get a 16. Let me share you Eclipse link. You have all the link with you. Copy all the link, and you if this JDK, you just run that software, and path setting I will help you in the next session. It will take some time to do the path setting at system variable, but Eclipse you don't require anything. You just need to click on next, so it will get installed, and then we just have to create a project and all. And this two thing you keep it ready, so it won't take much time to configure it. So in the next session when we connect, we will start with class, object, how to create a class. So normally what is the structure of our programs? The structure of program is a class having a name. Suppose let's give me a name Java. Inside this you have one function called public static void main. If you don't know the meaning of this, no worry. I will going to explain you completely in such way that you can easily understand the Java. Once you are done with this public static void main, the next thing is your code, whatever, like suppose you want to declare a variable and you want to print it. In order to print it, what command you write? System.out println, and you pass the name of variable, you close it. Now here, class and object is what? Class is, you can think it like a collection of object, and object is what? Object means a variable and a value. Object do what? Object holds. Here we have not created an object, but I will going to show you. Object actually means object holds your variable and its value. And class is what? In order to make this class working, executing this class, to instantiate this class means to make it active, we need to create an object. So that's why we create when and once we create an object here, we have just created a variable, but I will going to tell you how to create an object. Once you create an object, this class will become active for running. Running means when you click any software, it will first come to your RAM, and then it start execution, right? Similar thing is happen with program, because program is also a software. Collection of program is a software. So when you run this program and you create an object, it will uh, make the whole class ready for execution. inside your RAM memory. And that is the reason this is a structure of program. Class, and this name is completely user defined. You can give any name. If you don't like Java, you can give Python. If you don't like Python, you can give any name. And this variable name is also user defined. And this is the function which is responsible for execution of your program. Means from this program, your execution of that execution begins. I hope it is clear to you. Eclipse JDK, you do install it. Path setting I will do in an next session. Whatever ID, okay, Eclipse, IntelliJ, VS, whatever you want. Notepad also we can use it. I will going to show you in that also. Everything is clear now. I hope data type, default value, and literals are clear to you. And we will going to see from the next session running this program. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay then. So we will meet in the next session. I will going to upload the video today. If you have any doubt, go through this and link. Please save the link. We have only 1 minute left. Save all the link with you. So you will have all these resources with you. Save all this link and do the setup ready by next class. So we will connect and we're going to do more practice. Okay. Okay then. Bye everyone. Take care and share your doubt on the Trello if anything is not clear. Okay.
Thank you, bro. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye everyone. Take care.